From Lakeville North High School, another presentation of Minnesota Blizzard FC Soccer in the National Premier Soccer League and on Game Time Media. The second to last game of the season in their inaugural season, the Blizzard will be hosting Joy St. Louis Park here at Lakeville North. First game went to Joy St. Louis Park in the first meeting of the season, which was quite a while ago. It was the third game of the year, but a tight 3-2 game at Oriole Stadium. The Minnesota Blizzard now get the chance on the home pitch to try to settle the season score with Joy St. Louis Park. Players shaking hands on the other side. There you see the Blizzard bench. Blizzard going with the black uniforms today. And white numbers, and sort of a peach, pink, orange-ish sort of merging of colors for this Joy St. Louis Park team. They call themselves the Goats, by the way, a team that came on board in the league for the 2021 season. And it's a team who is led by Ted Creighton, an artistic director and founder of Joy of the People, which is a nonprofit organization whose mission is building communities in health through unstructured soccer play. And a big focus on homegrown players and entertaining play. The Joy of the People formed in 2009, a parent organization of the then new from an old press release, Joy St. Louis Park NPSL team, promoting the idea of free play as a way to build healthy kids and communities. Players are about to go for the lead-in and introductions and our national anthem and a match that's set to start in about 5 minutes or so. Joy St. Louis Park is sitting in a tie for third place right now in the North Conference standings. Top 4 teams make it on into the playoffs. Joy St. Louis Park tied with the Twin Stars, and as the schedule would have it, they'll play the Twin Stars on their home pitch on Saturday to wrap up on the regular season. The Twin Stars today are at the Dakota Fusion, who is the leading team in the North Conference, so they've got their hands full going into tonight's match. And then for some of these seeding purposes, it is very likely to come down to a couple of the games that will be played on Saturday. It'll be a tough assignment for the Blizzard on Saturday because they'll take on that top team in the league, the Dakota Fusion, who have not lost a game on the season and have surrendered just 3 goals on the entire season. Dakota Fusion will be here on Saturday for a 7 o'clock start for the final game of the inaugural season of the Minnesota Blizzard. Introductions momentarily. Joy St. Louis Park assembling on the right. And the starters for the Goats are number 2, Devin DeGrotto. Number 3, Victor Cano. Number 4, Noah Kantorowicz. Number 7, Zinedine Creighton. Number 10, Bennett Kwame. Number 11, Philip Caputo. Number 12, Jesse Juarez. Number 13, Owen Salzwedel. Number 14, Grant Luke. Number 19, Micah Folstad. And number 30, Drew Mosman. Assistant coach is Lul Minas, and the head coach for Joy St. Louis Park is Arinze Ezerike.
They're coached by Arinze Ezerike and Luel Misna.
Front of the uniforms say, free, play, go. And now for the Blizzard. Minnesota Blizzard FC. Number 3, Jaden Weffel. Number 5, Max Just. Number 12, Josh Anderson. Number 16, Ashton Frost. Number 17, Eric Kugler. Number 18, Landon Atkins. Number 19, Carter Hermanson. Number 24, Ryan Dubois. Number 25, Reed Wolf. Number 29, Giovanni Cascone. And number 97, Dylan Ehlers. Assistant coach, Jason Obarski. Head coach for Minnesota Blizzard FC is Forrest Randall. Curtis on the camera. My name is Roy on the microphone here for Game Time Media, and now for the national anthem. After just one win in their first 4 games, although there was a draw in there as well, the Joy St. Louis Park has won 3 of their last 4 games, including a 2-1 win over the Twin Stars, who they will face, I guess it's on the road on Saturday. They will be at the Twin Stars, I believe is how that is. So a 2-1 win over the Twin Stars. They ended up beating Duluth 4-2, one of the top teams in the league. Suffered a 3-0 loss to Siouxland as Siouxland makes a late rush toward a potential playoff bid, and then beat Sioux Falls in their most recent game by a 4-0 count. Standings currently have Dakota in first at 24, Duluth in 22. Joy St. Louis Park and the Twin Stars tied at 17 going into today's action, both with identical 5 wins, 2 draws, and 3 losses. Then Siouxland at 12 points. Siouxland needs 2 wins, and they need some help with Joy St. Louis Park and the Twin Stars not winning out. Sioux Falls at 7 points and the Blizzard at 2 points to round out the 7-team North Conference. Top 2 teams would host the 3rd and 4th place team. 4 out of the 7 teams make it into the postseason. Mosman, wearing the purple jersey, is going down to our right in goal for Joy St. Louis Park. And Dylan Ehlers, he's wearing, I guess I'd call that teal, down on the off the left side of your screen. And we are about set to go. I'll watch my clock here, see if it looks like it's going to operate. We'll count up for a 45-minute half and play 90 altogether. Ball will belong to Joy St. Louis Park to start with. We see the official getting his clock ready because he'll be keeping track on the field as well. And we are underway from Lakeville North High School. The clock actually hasn't started running in the arena yet. Now it is. And there we go. Clock looks good, so that's a wonderful start on things. Joy St. Louis Park. Again, they're in that, I'll call it peach, while the Blizzard are in black. Chipped over to the left, another chip pass. That's trying to find Frost. Dashes into the corner. Knocked down by Victor Cano. It'll be a throw in here for the Blizzard. Scoring has been tough for the Blizzard. 1 goal in the last 3 games was scored late in their game at Sioux Falls to earn a 1-1 draw. They were shut out by Duluth, shut out by Minnesota Twin Stars on Saturday. Had a couple of great scoring chances against the Twin Stars in the second half. Cascone will head that and pop that out right, I think, into the hands of head coach Arinze Azarike. So a throw in for the Goats. Turned over, chopped over by Weffel. He finds Hermanson, feeds it to a streaking Frost. Back to Hermanson on the edge of the 18, in close, plays it through a defender, and coming up with that is Mosman. A lot of congestion right in front of Drew Mosman. He was wearing a McAllister jacket before tonight's match. McAllister, a MIAC school. A long pass ahead, and this one is, he was offside. He was offside. A little more offside than the controversial play in the U.S.-Uruguay game yesterday. A number of the Blizzard players and team personnel were at B-52 in Lakeville. I stopped out there for a bit as well to watch that big U.S. match, and certainly a lot of controversy in the second half and a fair amount in the first half. But I tell you, sitting around with soccer players and soccer coaches and listening to them react to what was happening in that game in Kansas City was fun and educational. Here's an opportunity, a blast that's wide left off the foot of Weffel, Jaden Weffel at a Northfield and Viterbo College.
Goal kick, Joy.
Goal kick for Joy. 45 minutes, running time. Official referee will keep track of any stoppage time. Creighton fires that ball ahead. Back to the Goats. And some contact leads to a whistle and a foul against the Blizzard. And now a player collides legs. Another whistle. And possession once again belongs to the Goats. Team in the league since 2021. Blizzard in their first year in the league. Weffel comes up with a turnover. Nice job on that. Dubois fires it ahead. It was knocked down but not turned back over yet. Dubois gets it to Hermanson. Hermanson is knocked down, and I think this foul is probably going to be outside the penalty box by a yard or 2 yards out. Awfully close here for a free kick. Not a lot of angle to work with. Hermanson has played a lot. I don't remember him in the first couple of games of the season necessarily, but he has played a lot in recent games. Frost wears number 16 with the lime green shoes, so he and Hermanson are standing there by the ball. A wall of 4 being set up, and then comes one Blizzard player and then another one of the Joy St. Louis Park players. Hermanson, he chops it through the goalposts. Did they say that didn't count? That didn't count. All right, we'll do it again. I don't think he blew the whistle. Here we go again. This time tries to power it through, and it's deflected and will roll into the corner, and the Goats get to it. Now lose it out. A throw in, but there was a chance on the previous play that it would lead to a corner. Frost tosses it in. It comes back to Atkins. Atkins navigates that pass through to Kugler. Kugler getting the start today, came in off the bench in the last match. Addition to the roster recently, there's a steal by Max Just out of Lakeville South and Gustavus out of the Mayak. From long range, it is off the corner of the post. Max Just nearly put the Blizzard up in the first 5 minutes. Now Weffel with a drive. That goes off the goal post. That one is out and will be a goal kick. The previous blast went off the corner of the soccer goal. The follow-up blast went off the bottom bar of the football goal post. So the second one results in the goal kick for the Goats. Cascone kind of hemming in that player along that far wing, Grant Luke. Apparently Cascone last to touch it, so a throw in here for Joy St. Louis Park. 3 games going on today. There is also Sioux Falls at Siouxland and the Twin Stars at the Fusion. Tough one for the Twin Stars, who battle against these Goats for that number 3 seed in the upcoming playoffs. Number 3 seed likely to have to play Duluth, which is no easy task. Duluth, a very high-scoring team. And the number 4 seed will have to play, in all likelihood, the Dakota Fusion, who are a team that just does not allow goals. We'll see what type of team they put on the pitch on Saturday night for the final game of the season for the Blizzard when they host the Fusion coming up Saturday night, July 6th, here at Lakeville North High School. First game against the Fusion was a 4-0 loss for the Blizzard. No score, but all the action carrying on in the offensive half for the Blizzard, though the Joy St. Louis Park will try to flip the field right now. Cut off on his progression. That was, I believe Eric Riera, not introduced as a starter, nor on the app as a starter, but number 22 on my chart shows Riera being out there for Joy. Chick-fil-A, Apple Valley. Download the app. Support Minnesota Blizzard FC. Place an order on the app. Chick-fil-A of Apple Valley. Coming up on the 8th minute of the first half. A couple of great scoring chances for the Blizzard. The throw-in is past Weffel and turned over. Pass overshot. It'll be Wolf that gets back to the ball, and he will work it to Ehlers. Has to play it with his feet, and will have to play it quickly as Joy pushes the issue. Pass comes out to the middle third, drop back, chop forward. Getting to it, Hermanson. He spins, leads Atkins, slows down for it. Atkins through some traffic. Knocked out, a throw-in coming here for the Blizzard. And not able to save it on the throw-in is Kugler. Now, Mika Folstad, he has 1 goal on the season. Player to watch out for And I haven't called his name yet. Number 11. Number 11 is Caputo, Caputo. He has 9 goals on the season. Philip Caputo. He's on the leaderboard in the NPSL with he's second highest scorer in the North Conference, and certainly high up on the overall leaderboard as well with the 9 goals on the season. That's number 11. He is out there right now. They just haven't found him with the ball. He, in fact, is restarting. What's that?
Maybe pull up Chrome just to now we're...
Okay. All right, still no score in the game. A little bit of a technical glitch has been repaired for the moment. And a 0-0 game in the 10th minute here of the opening half. A couple of great scoring chances have come and gone for the Blizzard. I was mentioning how number 11, Caputo, for Joy is one of the top scorers in all the league. He's second highest scorer in the North Conference with 9 goals on the season. Kugler guides that back to Ehlers. Again, must play it with his feet. Swings it out to Atkins. Turnover, 50-50 ball still. Just to the outside where there's a little bit of breathing room. So when the ball is deep on the defensive side for the Blizzard, we see St. Louis Park really attacking, even though most of the play has been on the offensive half for the Blizzard. 0-0, 11th minute. In the middle, the pass to Juarez. Juarez, he's looking for Caputo, and Frost spears that out of the air with the right foot. Shot that forward. That was Atkins rather than Frost. Atkins who speared that ball out of the air. Pass to Caputo. A couple of players mark him up. Kugler runs a little interference on him, forces a turnover. Well done. Now Dubois out of bounds off of Joy. At halftime, a few quick minutes with Coach Forrest Randall on the state of the season they're in and notes on tonight's match. Coach Randall at the half. Clear Choice Consulting, supporting dental offices to reach new heights for over 5 years. Business operated by Chad Hendricks, the owner of the Minnesota Blizzard. Get ready for indoor soccer at Warner Coliseum this winter as well. Minnesota Blizzard will field a team in that league, Major Arena Soccer League 2. Watch for details on schedules and other information. Racing into the corner. Is that Hermanson or Atkins dashing after it? Kept it active, unfortunately turned it over. It's a humid day, not real warm, but they're sweating pretty good. It's a humid day here in South Metro. Folstad dribbles, passes that over to Kwame. Left foots that through a couple of defenders. And chopped over to the left side. That's Caputo. Trapped that ball down nicely on the edge of the penalty area. Caputo comes in, gets bumped a little bit by Atkins. Not enough to bring a whistle or anything of that sort. Joy continues to handle it out of the corner. That's Luke. Atkins on him. Now a centering effort and lobbed high. Not real deep. And then the loose ball, the whistle. So the whistle goes against the Blizzard. And this will be a kick from a couple of yards, about 5 yards outside the penalty area. Kwame is number 10, Caputo number 11. Those are the two players lining up for it there. And the official will mark off 10 yards that the Walma set up back of the ball placement. Caputo on the left. He's got 9 goals on the season. A 4-man wall set up by the Blizzard. A whistle, the fake. Caputo, the shot. It hits the wall, and it bounces wide right, not by a lot. And we'll have a corner kick.
Corner kick, Joy Athletic.
So the first corner goes to Joy. Zinedine Creighton. He himself with 3 goals on the season. He'll kick this on the corner, comes back post. Actually, that went off the football goal post here at the high school. So this is now a goal kick for the Blizzard. We're in the 15th minute of the first half. 0-0. After the Blizzard controlled a lot of the action early, Joy, a little more time with possession in the offensive half. Good job sticking with it that time to create the opportunity to move the ball forward. It was Kugler that did it initially, then Dubois with the ball, now Max Just right over that Panther head at midfield. Home of the Lakeville North Panthers is the home pitch. Here's a pass looking for Wethel, trying to sneak down the middle of the pitch. Broken up. Frost on that wing. Finds a teammate. Work on possessing the ball. This is Wolf. Reed Wolf. Trying to lead that one for Atkins through some traffic, and it'll appear to be, what is the whistle? The whistle is a corner, I think. So the first corner for the Blizzard. No score in the game, but the Blizzard... Frost. Ashton Frost. It's usually Hermanson that's right in front of the goalkeeper. Other players crash toward the front, headed. Trying to head, that was Anderson. And this ball belongs to the Blizzard on a throw-in. Nil in the 16th minute. 45-minute halves, clock runs all the way through. Kugler plays it off of his head a couple of times. And then this will result in a goal kick for Joy.
Joy Athletic goal kick.
Summit Ortho in Lakeville with orthopedic urgent care open daily 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. at 6 locations metro-wide, including Lakeville. Summit has you covered. Also set up your high school sports physical with them as well.
Down the announcing, it's too loud. It's hurting everybody's ears. The announcing part.
Public address announcer is a little loud, we're being told. Headed back in play. We're trying to pass that word along right now, so we'll get this going back onto this side here. As Luke gets the quick throw in. And Folstad with the ball. He's trying to share information with the announcer's booth to our right-hand side. And this will be another throw in for Joy. Hermanson attacking, but just a little tip by Kantorowicz to a teammate. Folstad. Blizzard players converge. Slip that pass through. Now is Riera. His shot went off of a Blizzard player, so a throw in once again for the Goats. Light crew of ball kids today, but they are on top of things. Operated with, I think, 3 ball kids on Saturday. We've got 2 or 3 here today. DeGrado with the throw-in. Still top of the box. DeGrado. Player is down and fouled. It'll be a couple of feet outside the penalty area. That was Caputo. And he is the dangerous one that can score for this Joy St. Louis Park team. Not that others can't, because Creighton has 3 goals, Luke has a couple of goals, and several other players have tallied as well. But number 11 has 9 goals on the season. And this free kick is coming 20 yards out of the goal. And he kicks and scores. He caught the Blizzard sleeping a little bit. That was very interesting, and that was Kwame. No one really moved or did anything, and the ball went in the goal, and everyone on a delayed reaction moves on from a 1-0 advantage in the 19th minute. I believe that was Kwame on the goal for Joy. It was a quick setup, a quick shot, and a 1-0 lead.
Scoring for Joy Athletic, number 10, Bennett Kwame.
Try and get that up here. So again, the 19th minute is how I've got that written down. It comes off of a free kick and was just a very odd restart of things. Just a quick kick. So the Blizzard, who have had a couple of opportunities to score in this one, now need to answer. After plenty of possession time early by the Blizzard, the Goats have controlled much more of the play lately. Riera misses his man. This will be a throw-in for Minnesota Blizzard FC. Weffel off the outside of his foot. Got that to Kugler. Kugler knocked down as he's trying to split the defense. Foul whistled against Joy St. Louis Park. The scoreboard here is not operating properly in the arena, so I'm doing what I can to correct it on your screen because it is 1-0 Joy. So we'll do that. And a goal kick coming up for Joy Athletic. To the outside. Cascone, he and Reed are the Reed Wolf are the final lines of defense for the Blizzard. Well, Ehlers is ultimately the last line of defense. Looking for midfield, knocked down by Fulstad. And controlled by Kwame, who scored that goal. For Kwame, that is his second goal of the season. Looking for Juarez on the run, chops to the middle. It is broken up by Just, but it is a corner kick for Joy Athletic. Second corner of the game for Joy. And Creighton, again, is the one who will trigger it from that corner. Man in the middle is Fulstad. They've got a player on the backside as well, DeGrado. And they come outside to Caputo. Caputo still working on it. Bounces in on Ehlers. He drops down to all fours and makes the solid stop on that. 23rd minute, first half, 1-0 in favor of Joy. The Blizzard were the victim of an odd goal in the second half of their game against the Twin Stars, where a ball just kind of was kind of lobbed over a defender and over the keeper. It was a similar sort of delayed reaction to the fact someone scored. There's a blast and a save by Ehlers. Now the rebound try. Ehlers gets out there as well. There's also a whistle. Foul against the Joy Athletic in this case. But Ehlers called on to make a couple of huge stops right there. And he's done that in the games he's been in. As I was saying, against the Twin Stars, they picked up a 2-0 lead early in the second half on Saturday on just kind of an odd goal, and then there was a delayed reaction by either side that they had scored, just sort of like what we just saw here on that free kick by Kwame. Trying to get it to Hermanson. Can't penetrate it through DeGrotto. And the turnover goes to the Goats. Pressure being applied by Minnesota Blizzard when they work it back to their keeper, Drew Mosman. That one intercepted by Wolf. Dribbles through traffic. Great pass ahead to Hermanson. Hermanson swings to Reed Wolf. Or Dubois, excuse me. Dubois, there's a chance in front. Stopped by Mosman, and then picking up the rebound and clearing it out of there is Juarez. 24 is Dubois. Ryan Dubois out of Maple Grove for the Blizzard. Quick transition to the other end of the pitch. And getting tripped up, or not tripped up so much, but losing the ball while trying to spin through a couple of defenders. So the Blizzard get it back. Streaking back quickly was Cano to turn it the other way. Now a steal by Hermanson, bumped off by Kantorowicz. This will be a throw-in for the Blizzard here in this 25th minute of the first half. 1-0 Joy. Throw into Kugler. To the outside, a drive that will be caught. Two-handed catch above the head by Mosman. M-O-S-E-M-A-N, Mosman. Where's number 30, dressed in purple, fakes one way and then just rolls to a teammate behind him. Dribbles a long way, pass through the defense, give and go back to Folstad. Kugler forces a turnover to Atkins. Chop to Dubois. Back for Weffel. Weffel's in quite the little duel with Folstad. Trying to tackle the ball away. Blizzard come off with it. Dubois, his pass knocked down by Kwame. There's a tackle attempt. Dubois plays through that, gets it over for Frost. Frost flies past a man, and the ball picked up by Mosman at the final moment. Here's some nice applause on the scoring chance for the Blizzard. Had a couple of great scoring chances very early in this one. Atkins and Folstad, and this call is against Folstad. And a quick restart by the Blizzard. Dubois gives to Hermanson, back to Dubois, then through a lot of traffic. That's Atkins. Atkins collides with Kantorowicz. Both go down. Play continues. Caputo shadowed by Wolf. Wolf trying to muscle him a little bit. Helping him back is Weffel. And now tripped up by Cascone. And they're going to take it all the way back here, a little further back where they're going to whistle a foul. Fouls are about 4 per team. At least the official indicated they're coming back to that 43-yard line, as the football field would read anyway. So that was a previous spot. And then the Kwame restart. With the ball was Juarez to the right wing. Frost putting up the defensive effort on that side. As Joy works it around to their open players. That's Cano. Cano steps around just over to Creighton. Good ball movement in tight quarters by Joy Athletic. And then Just finds himself all alone with the ball to clear it out of the penalty box area. Hermanson plays through the middle. 4 wide through the middle third. And now a race to the ball. Into the corner. Frost gets out-muscled by the bigger defender. And the throw-in for Joy, I believe. Cascone, as the Blizzard get possession back. Approaching the 30-minute mark of the first half. It's a 1-0 Joy advantage on a goal in the 19th minute off a free kick. Too much traffic. There's a whistle and a foul against the Goats. Atkins rolls that to the middle. Max just left foot, looking on that far wing. Player has to slow down for it. Chops it forward for Frost. Then back outside. Oh, a pass that was knocked down by Creighton. Possession maintained by the Blizzard. And then the player crashing up the middle ends up sending it high. Carter Hermanson is a lot of times in the mix on those balls that are down near the keeper, looking for his first goal of the season, but he's been close, and he is one of those players that gives the Blizzard an offensive chance. Frost looking for Hermanson. Hermanson kicks. Goal! Well, how about that? Carter Hermanson scores in the 30th minute to level the match at 1 apiece.
Tying the game for the Blizzard, his first goal of the season, number 19, Carter Hermanson.
Hermanson on the goal.
Hermanson scoring for the Blizzard.
One toward the latter stages. There's still 15 minutes to go in the first half, but toward the latter stages of the first half anyway. And a 1-1 tie after the Blizzard had numerous chances early. They finally square the game up at 1 apiece. First goal in 3 games, meaning the last 2 games they had not scored. They scored late in the Sioux Falls game, but shut out by the Duluth Club and then the Twin Stars on Saturday. So nice to get that off their chest, get a marker up on the board, and see where we go from there. It was 3-2, Joy beating the Blizzard in the first meeting of the season in St. Louis Park. Kwame feeds that over to, I believe that was Juarez. Throw in here for Joy Athletic. Herberts and Gerberts, the Blizzard sandwich sponsor. Visit the Lakeville location for an awesome sub, Herberts and Gerberts. Cascone making things difficult for, I think that was Luke. Luke dropped it back to a teammate. A little sharp pass right on the turf. Cross. Looking backside. Now centered. A goal! There it is. Number 10 on the season for Philip Caputo. A great cross to the back door, and all of a sudden Caputo found the ball on his foot, and it is a 2-1 lead for Joy in the 32nd minute.
Scoring for Joy Athletic, number 11, Philip Caputo. Assist to number 7, Zinedine Creighton. Caputo from Creighton.
Creighton on the assist. 10th goal on the season for Caputo. Eduardo Nice out of Duluth has 13 goals on the season, entering play today. I don't know if Duluth plays today, though. Duluth does not play today. But now the 10th goal on the season for Caputo. Here's an opportunity. Ehlers gets out there to get a piece of it before Luke is able to load up his shot.
Blizzard goal kick.
Goal kick for Minnesota. Up to just, over to Cascone. Powers that one through. And Frost looking to move it to the outside. Turns that over. A throw in here for Joy Athletic. Last season, Joy Athletic just missed out on the playoffs. They finished in 5th place behind Duluth, Dakota, Med City, and the Twin Stars. Missed out on the playoffs, and good chance to get into the playoffs this season. They're currently sitting in the tie for 3rd, but with 2 games to go, things could still get shaken up a little bit. Goal kick for the Blizzard. They'll be wrapping up their season with a game at the Twin Stars on Saturday. Twin Stars are playing the Fusion today. Tough assignment for them. And then that final seeding will be figured out with Siouxland still in the mix potentially for a playoff spot. Siouxland playing Sioux Falls today, a team they lost to the first time. A drive! Ehlers makes the stop. That was Caputo with a cannon shot. And the dash for the ball, the loose ball, getting there first is Joy. And then DeGrotto knocks it out off of Weffel. Bouncing ball. Cascone puts it up in the air. Trying a little heel pass just. This is slipped ahead for Folstad. Oh, boy. Caputo on the backside goal. Quite a setup. And quite the tally. And now a 3-1 Joy lead. It can happen fast. This will be the 35th minute. So since the Blizzard have evened the game, Caputo has scored twice. Giving him now 11 goals on the season.
Number 11, Philip Caputo. Assist to number 19,
Folstad had the assist.
From Folstad.
And Caputo is, I guess he's dinged up on that sliding play, got a little turf burn. And I think that the Joy will start play one man short. He has not been taken out of the lineup, but he's being mended and tended on the sideline. 3-1 Joy Athletic. They beat the Blizzard 3-2 earlier this season. We still have 10 minutes plus stoppage time to go in the first half of this one. So in the 5 minutes since the Blizzard tied it up, Joy has now taken over momentum as Atkins pass is deflected, turned over, fights for possession back. Juarez gets run over, and the whistle will go against the Blizzard. Caputo had 4 goals against Duluth. He had 3 goals against Siouxland. He has 2 goals tonight. Still on the sideline right now, getting doctored up. Either from sliding on the turf or running into something on his slide, I suppose. Maybe another player. Oh, my. And there's an open goal after a bit of a turnover. Hermanson got smacked with the ball. Hermanson still going. Can't get off much of a shot. Goes backdoor shot. Goal! A goal for Ashton Frost. And it's a 3-2 game here in the 37th minute. 3-2. Blizzard pull within 1.
Number 16, Ashton Frost. Assist to number 19, Carter Hermanson. Frost from Hermanson.
Hermanson on the assist, and that's moments after Hermanson took a hard hit and was looking a bit dazed. And then gets the assist moments later. 3-2 game, 38th minute upon us. Last 7 minutes has seen 4 goals. 2 for each side. Of course, Joy still leads 3-2. But in the last 7 minutes, it's been a scoring bonanza. Flying ahead, Caputo, who else? He's well rested. Oh, that deflects off of a Blizzard player on Ehlers, who had to make the two-handed grab above his head. After the previous goal was scored by Caputo, he was on the sideline being fixed up, so he had a little extra energy in his legs. That was quite a rush, quite a run. Dubois tips it over toward Anderson. Josh Anderson, he's out of the state of Illinois. I think he plays at Gustavus Adolphus College, as do a number of these Blizzard players, and a couple other schools in the MIAC represented on the roster, Augsburg and Hamlin. Quite a few from Gustavus, though, in St. Peter. Hour or so from here. Southern Minnesota School. Ooh, a pass setting it up on top of the box was intercepted. And there's an interception back. Big blast by Cascone. I haven't seen him that far up the pitch too often. But everybody wants to get in on the scoring on this one. 5 goals on the board. Joy St. Louis Park leading 3-2 in this 40th minute of the first half. Don't imagine there's a lot of stoppage time to put up on there. But we'll find out. Volstad on the receiving end. Rolls that one too strong. Turned over to Wolf, who knocks it out. Throw in here for the Goats. A lot of references to Goats on their website. And on their logo as well, there's a silhouette or profile of a goat. So they're meant to have some fun, and what's more fun than a goat, right? Out off the Blizzard. Throw in here for Riera, Eric Riera. A lot of black shirts around. However, Joy maintains possession. Kantorowicz feeds it forward. Oh, boy. Caputo comes in, but that one was a little bit in front of him. Oh, and then he puts his hands on his head. Maybe he could have handled that slightly differently, but Caputo, 2 goals on this game already, and his impact is duly noted. Caputo. I don't know that he scored against the Blizzard last time. Back to Mosman. I've got Creighton, Luke, and Riera as scoring the goals in the first meeting between these two teams. And this will belong to the Blizzard. The throw in is then lost to Juarez. So Joy forced the issue, came up with a steal. Ball in the box. Oh, there's a whistle. Boy, that was really close to being in the penalty area. And let's see what will be determined here. A yellow. A yellow is being issued to the Blizzard. I believe that's Max Just. We are setting up for a penalty kick. The official still talking to the player. And the one lining up to take the kick is Zinedine Creighton. So a yellow on the Blizzard, a penalty kick coming up. Creighton to take it. Ehlers lines up on the goal line, middle of the net, arms in the air, left-footed shot is a goal. A goal for Zinedine Creighton.
Scoring on the goal on the penalty kick, number 7, Zinedine Creighton.
43rd minute. And Joy is now up 4-2. So in 13 minutes, 5 goals have been scored. Get to the recap of the scoring at the half, an interview with Coach Forrest Randall from before today's game. Reed Wolf passes that through traffic to Weffel. Rolls that to Just. Blizzard work through the middle third. Pass, nice job by Kantorowicz. And now the ball rolls to a goal kick situation for the Joy St. Louis Park. Emagine Theatres. Have fun at the movies this summer at one of the 9 Metro Emagine locations. There are some big movies out. Of course, it's summertime. Long pass ahead. Atkins gets a foot on it, and now the redirection, in this case, Ehlers is able to play it with his hands. And nice pass through. Oh, and then Kugler off the outside of a foot at an odd angle, but turned over. Kwame, he had the first goal of the game on a free kick that just seemed to catch everyone off guard on a quick restart. Kwame to Folstad. Folstad, well, he had Juarez move, and then Caputo just wide. Rocket shot from 30 yards out. Juarez let that pass slip right between his legs, and that maybe by design, or maybe he knew Caputo was there, and then a big blast, and Ehlers goes airborne to try and get a piece of that one. Ends up being just wide, as we are just about at the 45-minute mark, and some stoppage time is almost always added on, but I don't know that there needs to be a lot of it. Fed ahead for Hermanson. Hermanson with Kantorowicz on him. Hermanson gets away, edge of the penalty area. Still with the ball. Hermanson drops it back. Weffel shot blocked high in the air. Still waiting for it to come down the second time. Tipped ahead off the head of the GOAT. And now headed forward, that Cascone will keep it away from Caputo. So we're into stoppage time now, late first half, 4-2 Joy. DeGrado. He'll be the throw-in from this deep corner. Throws it right toward the front, and coming out to catch it will be Ehlers. Referee looks at his watch as we're into stoppage time here in the first half. That got away from Hermanson, speared out of the air by DeGrado. Cascone can't really do much on it. Creighton. That was Creighton's 4th goal of the season, by the way, his penalty kick goal. So only a little over a minute was allowed to run off the clock, or additional time to run on that clock here to lead us into halftime. So we hit halftime, and the score is 4-2 in favor of Joy St. Louis Park. The officials come together, maybe kind of a standard thing to do, I don't know, but they are huddled up. No players from either team are joining the huddle to question anything right now. Very active first half here at Lakeville North High School, and Joy St. Louis Park scores 4 to have a 4-2 lead over the Blizzard. Scoring in this one, Kwame in the 19th minute off a free kick, which he just set it up, kicked it. It seemed like everyone was still kind of waiting to position and what have you, but he kicked it. It went in, 1-0 Joy. And for Kwame, that was goal number 2 on the season. And that was at the 19-minute marker, in the 19th minute, I should say. Hermanson scored for the Blizzard, his first of the season, coming in the 30th minute, was 1-1. 2 minutes later, Caputo scored his 10th of the season from Creighton in the 32nd minute to make it 2-1 St. Louis Park. Then Caputo scored 3 minutes later. Folstad with the assist, goal number 11 on the season for Caputo, who wears the number 11. Frost scored for the Blizzard in the 37th minute. For Frost, that was goal number 2 on the season. Frost also scored in the season opener at the Minnesota Twin Stars at Park Center High School. Second goal of the season for Frost. Pulled the Blizzard within 3-2 in the 37th minute, and then Creighton converts on the penalty kick in the 43rd minute. And for Creighton, that is goal number 4 on the season, and it adds up to a 4-2 lead for Joy St. Louis Park. Corner kicks, 2 for Joy, 1, that's all for the Blizzard. just 3 corner kicks combined, and the fouls were 5-5, or I guess 6 in the case of the Blizzard because of the yellow that was called in there as well. So the foul tabulation pretty close between the two teams. And just the 1 yellow card in the first half against the Blizzards just, and that came in that 43rd minute, leading to the penalty kick goal that was tallied by Creighton. So it is a 4-2 lead for Joy St. Louis Park. Schmitty Sons, the official away game transportation for the Minnesota Blizzard FC, who will be wrapping up their season with a home game on Saturday night against the Dakota Fusion. Centerpoint Dental, with 4 experienced dentists across 2 convenient locations in Lakeville and Burnsville. Centerpoint Dental is dedicated to providing professional quality care to patients of all ages. Call for an appointment today. Also want to say thanks to, and I see their sign here in front of us along the track at Lakeville North High School, Lakeville Brewing Company, a sponsor of Minnesota Blizzard FC Soccer, and Christian Brothers Great Automotive Services. Check them out at their Lakeville location or their 3 other locations in the metro. All right, we'll queue up an interview with a few thoughts from Coach Forrest Randall for our halftime notes here at Lakeville North High School. Some comments from the coach from before today's game.
Well, at times the schedule can be pretty busy, and it's only been a couple of days. And in general, you do play a lot of times 3 games in 8 days. How does that schedule work for these guys in stamina and being sharp? And granted, it's the same for all the teams, but
yeah, I mean, from a development standpoint and physical load, it's appropriate. I mean, we got at least 72 hours in between the games, so I'm not worried about the physical conditioning, to be honest. So I think it was an adequate amount of days. If we were talking about 24 or 48 hours, I'd maybe have some concerns, but I think they're coming off on fresh legs.
And the weather, I think, has been pretty good. It seems to me, at least the games I've seen and been at. The first game up at Park Center was pretty hot, but has the weather been pretty favorable on match night?
Yeah, I can't think of a time where we came into a game or came out of it thinking that weather was an influence. Maybe one of those earlier ones where it was hot, but this is perfect. And as long as the wind stays down, it won't affect the gameplay too much.
Certainly against the Twin Stars, a couple of golden opportunities to score in that second half. What's your takeaway from the last match?
Yeah, so coming away from that, we kind of agreed that there was a little bit less fluidity as we got into that final third. Good build-up in the first 2 thirds. So really, we spent practice this week just kind of focusing on some common patterns we want to see coming out in that final thirds. Hopefully, it's clear opportunities that we can finish on.
The roster and lineup seems like it changes quite a bit. Maybe that's true for all teams. How difficult is that to gain continuity, or is it good? Obviously, you want to put your best 11 out there. So just the fact that the roster changes a bit time to time, how does that affect play?
Yeah, it can certainly affect it. I think having a solid core from game to game has certainly helped. At this level, I mean, they aren't getting paid to play, so you kind of have to have that expectation that the level of commitment based on jobs and just life. I think it's more of just having core principles for us to look and guide towards, so that when they step onto the field, they understand our basic and core principles. I think that's helped a lot.
What are some notes about your opponents today, their strengths, and just what kind of game this will be?
Similar to the last game, I've been watching a few of their matches recently. They like to play out of the back. They play a lot of short passes and try to really build out with some build-out play. We're going to go into it with the same mentality as last time. I felt like we played well and had a good game plan in regards to just letting them have the ball a little bit in the less dangerous parts of the field, and then press them when it really matters.
And then last night, a little kind of social gathering of sorts at one of the sponsors for the team, B52 in Lakeville. Kind of fun to get together away from the pitch and spend some time with the guys and a little bit of the community.
Yeah, it's always helpful just to get to know the guys and be in a social setting. I think there's a lot of expectations once you step on the field or you start talking about how we're playing. If you can get everybody outside of that environment and give a human element to the team, I think that really helps just the cohesiveness.
Forrest, good luck to you and the guys in tonight's match.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, Forrest Randall, the coach for the Minnesota Blizzard FC. Yeah, we saw a lot of short passes on some of those possessions, and then once in a while a big long pass to try and spring number 11, and that certainly worked a couple of times, or the cross to Caputo on the one sliding play to put the ball on the back of the net for a 4-2 halftime advantage for Joy St. Louis Park. Subway by McStop, official post-game fuel for the Blizzard. Get a sub at the Blizzard game concession stand. Eat fresh. And Cannaday Bloom Wealth and Solutions is committed to helping you succeed. The ways they can help you are based on experience, not quick wins or fads. Give them a call to discuss how they can help you. Standings coming into today's action, Dakota Fusion, 7 wins, 3 draws. They have not lost a game, and the Dakota Fusion will be here at Lakeville North High School on Saturday night to wrap up on the season. But Dakota, 24 points. They've outscored their opponents on the season 20-3. And before the most recent game, let me find it on my list here, Siouxland actually put 2 goals up on the Fusion this past Saturday. The Fusion won the game 3-2, but by giving up 2 goals, that tripled the goals they'd given up on the season. For the entire season, the Fusion have given up 3 goals. That's in 10 matches, and 2 of the goals just came against Siouxland a couple of days ago. So Dakota in great shape atop the division, but Duluth is right behind them at 22 points on the season. Duluth only has 1 game left, though. Duluth has outscored their opponents 39-14. Far and away the highest scoring team in the North Conference. Both Joy St. Louis Park and the Twin Stars have 17 points based on 5 wins, 2 draws, and 3 losses. Both teams have scored 18 goals against their opponents and given up 17. And the teams will play each other Saturday night in a game that will help determine the seedings for the postseason. The first game between the 2 teams went to Joy 2-1, and that was just a couple of weeks ago, kind of in the latter half of the season. So that should be an exciting one at the Twin Stars Park Center High School on Saturday night. Siouxland is sitting in 5th place right now, 12 points for them, 4 wins, no draws, and 6 losses. Siouxland is playing host to Sioux Falls today, and Siouxland will host Duluth on Saturday. And depending on how this game turns out for Joy Athletic and how the Twin Stars do, Siouxland is still in contention for a playoff spot. The last 2 teams in the division are mathematically out. That's Sioux Falls at 7 points, 1 win, 4 draws, and 6 losses. 2 of those draws have come against the Minnesota Blizzard FC. The Blizzard, no wins, 2 draws, 8 losses for 2 points in the conference standings and sitting in 7th place. The Blizzard would have to win their last 2 games in order to potentially pass Sioux Falls, depending on how the Thunder do in their remaining games. And the games that are on tap today are Sioux Falls at Siouxland, Twin Stars at the Fusion over in the Moorhead area. And on Saturday, it's the Fusion here against the Blizzard, 6 o'clock, or rather 7 o'clock. Saturday night the 6th, 7 o'clock game, usual start time. Duluth at Siouxland, long bus trip for the Duluth Club on Saturday. And Joy at the Twin Stars at Park Center High School, a game that should be a very exciting one, it would seem, with a lot on the line. TOCA Soccer, check out their upgraded facility in Burnsville. They have the official indoor training site of the Minnesota Blizzard FC. And Holiday Inn in Lakeville, the official hotel of the Minnesota Blizzard FC. The Unparalleled Group, the official security company for Minnesota Blizzard FC Soccer. We were tied at 1 in the 30th minute, but a 3-1 advantage for Joy over the next 11 minutes. Caputo, and Creighton, with Frost sneaking in a goal in between all of that. At the time, it was 3-2, and then it went to 4-2 Joy St. Louis Park, And that's where we are. A couple of minutes to go until the second half here at Lakeville North High School. Be back with you in just a couple of minutes. Taking as much time as they can to catch their breath. One of the players seated out on the pitch here at Lakeville North High School. Teams just played on Saturday. It's usually a Saturday-Wednesday schedule with the 4th of July in a couple of days. I imagine that's why the decision was made to play games on Tuesday, July 2nd, instead of waiting until the 3rd. But then in the middle of the 4th of July weekend, if you want to call the whole weekend, 4th of July weekend, Saturday night all these teams will be playing as well. 6 out of the 7 anyway. 2-goal game as we get set to start the second half. The Blizzard have not scored more than 2 in any game this season. They lost to the Twin Stars in the opener 3-2 a game. They led a couple of times. After being shut out by Dakota Fusion, they lost to Joy St. Louis Park 3-2. Scored a goal in a draw with the Thunder of Sioux Falls in their home opener. Ended up with a shutout loss to Siouxland, a shutout loss to Duluth, and then a 3-2 loss to the Siouxland team. A 1-1 draw with Sioux Falls, in Sioux Falls, was followed by shutouts in Duluth and here against the Twin Stars. So 2 goals has been the highest output so far. See if the Blizzard can surpass that total and get back into this one here in the second half. Just a few seconds to go on the countdown clock to then resume play here at North High School in Lakeville. Roy on the mic and Curtis on the camera with you. Game Time Media presentation of the National Premier Soccer League, NPSL. And be watching for details on the Major Arena Soccer League 2 participation of the Minnesota Blizzard at Warner Coliseum on the State Fairgrounds. Watch for details on schedules and streaming and tickets and the whole bit as indoor soccer returns to Minnesota this winter. Fans in attendance appreciating the efforts of both teams. I've heard some reaction when Joyce St. Louis Park has scored, so the Goats have their fans on hand. In fact, there's a couple of folks that are sitting in the far side bleachers. I think most fans for both teams are over here. I even see some Goats merch on someone's sweatshirt over there. As I said, there's sort of a goat emblem as part of their logo. So the ball will belong to the black-clad Minnesota Blizzard FC to start the second half. Down by a 4-2 count. The clock is moving. The score looks accurate. So the scoreboard on your screen looks good. Over to Mosman. He has some time to work. The Blizzard aren't getting up in his face right away. Some short passes, as Coach Randall talked about. Scouts the teams, knows what his team is in for. New into the game is Amanga, by the way. He's got on kind of those shoes that have a red stripe across the top of them. Granted, it's hard to pick that up on the red part of the turf he was just running on. Opportunity coming the way for Luke. Luke Kugler knocks it away from him, and we're looking at a corner kick for Joy.
Joy Athletic corner kick taken by number 7, Zinedine Creighton.
Zinedine Creighton, he takes the corners. He's taken all of them, or all 3 of them. He also had the penalty kick. Creighton has scored 4 goals on the season now, puts his left foot on it, looking back door, and it was knocked high in the air. And out of harm's way for the moment anyway. Over here, there's a offside flag. So offside on Joy Athletic, and the ball goes over to the Minnesota Blizzard FC. So they'll get the restart from just outside the penalty area. Kwame goes high in the air on that one. Trapping it down. Kick goes out. Let's see. Which way are we going here? The ball is going the other way. I think it was grabbed by Amanga before it actually went out. So a little hand violation. It was going to go out, and it would have been Blizzard ball, I believe, but he was a little too quick to grab it. Blizzard will get control. Kugler gets run into, and that player is a little dinged up. So Amanga, the new player on the pitch, looking for him. Not able to get that pass threaded through. Weffel rolls it over to Max Just, and Just taps it back to Wolf. Fakes one way, he'll dribble it the other way, and fire a pass ahead. And that got too far in front of Hermanson. And Hermanson puts the pressure on Mosman, who picks up the ball. Hermanson has has one of the goals. Frost, the other goal for the Blizzard, who trail 4-2. Pass by Luke. That one then goes to, I think that was Riera. But the Blizzard get control back. Kugler. Kantorowicz gets on him, changes direction. Dubois with the ball. Swings that over to Anderson, Josh Anderson. Anderson looking for Hermanson, and Mosman cuts it down just before Hermanson, who then hurdles the Joy Athletic goalkeeper. Turned over to Just. Rolls it to Dubois, but misconnects there, and Creighton turns it the other way. With a run, that's Caputo. Gets hassled a little bit by Just, then a shot and a save. Juarez with the shot. The save by Ehlers is another big stop. In a game, the Blizzard trail 4-2. Only a few minutes into the second half, but cannot afford to get down by a third goal. 4-2. Little touch pass, one-timer. Now threads that through. Here's a great opportunity. And Hermanson comes in from the penalty area. The defender got back to make the play on him. And that was a nice job by the defense for Joy Athletic, even if it does result in a corner. It was DeGordo who made the play.
Corner kick, Blizzard, taken by number 5, Max Just.
So Max Just is going to take the corner here for the Blizzard, just their second corner of the game. Again, Hermanson is the player that stands right on top of the goalie, right next to the goalkeeper. Several other players high in the 18 box. Gascone is moving in. Instead, Kwame kicks it out. Back in by Weffel. Then Dubois can't get the trigger pulled. Amanga not able to snap off a shot either. And Joy rolls this one through the middle third. Kugler comes up with the steal, but then lost it. Kwame finds Luke. Luke draws it back to Kwame. For the far side, hurrying over there, Cascone. Finds his man Dubois, who has a little out of control, needs to get control of it. He'll work a defender back into the play, now turned over. Whistle and a foul against the Blizzard. Results in a free kick, and right away they started. I think everyone is following suit of that bizarre play in yesterday's Uruguay-U.S. game when Uruguay started the play even as a yellow card was seemingly being issued. So a couple of times that's what Joy St. Louis Park has done. Bang, just start the play. And that, it seemed, led to their first goal of the match as well on a quick restart on a free kick from only about 20 yards out. In this case, they don't really penetrate to a scoring opportunity, though they still maintain. Then Just gets on the man, creates a turnover. Just a little high-stepping action comes through. Pass on the right wing. Oh, got to be careful. The one player out in front is in an offside position, but not looking for a pass there just yet. Turned over to Joy, but turned right back over to Wolf. And then Kwame intercepts. And Joy Athletic will slow it down a little bit, work on those short possession passes. Kwame, he had that opening goal of the game, which was his second of the season, if my notes are accurate. Pass all the way out to Cano. And a sliding tackle results in a throw-in. That was Amonga. A-M-O-N-G-A. Makota Amonga. Throw in. Back to Creighton. Creighton, edge of the penalty area. Shifts, changes, rolls it over. Nice job knocking that one down. Then the long outlet is too strong for anyone wearing the black of the Minnesota Blizzard. And Joy Athletic will just start from deep on their own side. Kwame, the quarterback in the middle. Rolls that to, I believe that's Juarez. And Kwame swings it to the outside. It was actually Riera on the previous play. And which way does this go? This goes toward Joy Athletic. It's their throw-in from right alongside the bench. Nobody else warming up on the sidelines yet. Although maybe one player for Joy Athletic who has just taken off his warm-up shirt. As the second half unfolds, likely to see a few extra players come in. The only substitute, I believe, is Amonga at this point for the Blizzard. 54th minute of a 90-minute match. And 4-2 Joy Athletic. That was the halftime score. Creighton headed out of there by Cascone, I think. And now Kwame Caputo. There's his third of the game. Caputo scores again. It's the third time this season he's had three or more, and that is in the 55th minute.
Number 11, Philip Caputo. Assist to number 10, Bennett Kwame.
Kwame had the assist.
On his third of the game from Kwame.
And I do hear a number of folks applauding, so Joy Athletic certainly has fans here, and hats off to them, supporting and traveling with the team. Always good to see. From the Blizzard standpoint, not so good to see a 5-2 advantage for Joy Athletic. 55th minute on the time on that goal. And again, that is his third of the game, 12th of the season. He is one behind Nice of Duluth. The number one player in the nation, by the way, is Angel Chavez from the Virginia Dream FC with 14 goals on the season. He is number one in the country, and Nice of Duluth has 13, so he's one behind. And then right now, Caputo at 12 is two behind the leader in the U.S., or in the NPSL, but across the country. Andy Mena has come into the match for Joy St. Louis Park. That's Kantorowicz. That was too strong for any of his teammates. Cascone Gets it back off the head of Weffel. And then Gasconi is limping as his leg collides with a Joy player. And a foul whistled against the Goats. Fouls are fairly even. 8 have been whistled against the Blizzard and 7 whistled against Joy. Unofficially, but that's what I've got. Weffel for Anderson. Anderson has a couple players in front, lobs this one too high, and it catches the netting behind the goal. And a goal kick for Joy Athletic. Fusion here on Saturday night, and I don't know that we'll have 7 goals on the board that night. Fusion don't give up much, and they don't necessarily score a lot, although they did win 4-0 over the Blizzard. But it's a very defensive team. I'm real curious to see what Minnesota can do against Dakota on Saturday night. Maybe we'll see you here at Lakeville North High School for that 7 o'clock season wrap-up. Chested down by a member of the Joy Goats. Kugler had it for a moment, then Creighton. And now here comes Joy on a rush. A pass taken in stride by Mena. Mena gets around Cascone, but the ball was further down the pitch. And a quick toss ahead by Ehlers in goal. 58th minute. 5-2 Joy Athletic. This is their highest scoring game of the season. Came into today with 18 goals on the year and have added 5 here tonight. Creighton rolls that over to Kwame. Hearing a lot of communication on the field, a lot of hollering. Dribbling through, and then the pass is outletted to Caputo. Everyone, including his teammates, gets out of his way. Works it right side for Riera. Back toward Riera. Rolls his foot over the top of it. Kwame to Creighton. Back to him on a little drop pass. He'll drop. Dubois runs him off the ball. That might be a whistle against Dubois. So let's see if they start it quickly here again once it is set.
Yellow card has been called on the Blizzards, number 24, Ryan Dubois.
Dubois yellow in the 59th minute. This time a little bit more of a set restart. 4-man wall being set up by the Blizzard. Several different players are hanging out there by the ball. Creighton, Kwame. And we also do have a sub coming in. We have a Blizzard player coming in off the bench. It seems like the indication has been for him to come in. So Kwame and Creighton and Caputo are mingling about the ball. Just is heading out of the match. And new player coming in for the Blizzard here in the 60th minute. Kevin Morales. And the slow roller on a set piece broken up by Dubois.
Number 21, Kevin Morales.
Kevin Morales comes out of Guatemala. I was chatting with him yesterday at B52, downtown Lakeville, during the watch party of the U.S. versus Uruguay. Fun to chat with Kevin. Soccer's been his thing. I asked if he'd played other sports growing up, and not so much. Soccer is his thing, and now he's on the pitch for the Blizzard, trying to come back from a 5-2 deficit. Steal by Hermanson. Nifty move with the feet, but getting in the way was Mena. And Mena continues possession and Kind of slide steps through a couple of defenders, and now the ball is back with the Blizzard. For Anderson, lost it out. A throw in for Joy Athletic. X Hydration, the official sports drink and kit sponsor of the Minnesota Blizzard FC. Check out their Arctic Blast flavor, sold at home games, and watch for it soon at Hy-Vee as well. Through the middle third, Kwame works it to the left. And then pass threads through the defense. A quick one-timer to the outside. Player knocked down. That brings a whistle. A little bit of a delayed whistle. 10 fouls now called against the Blizzard. About 7 against Joy St. Louis Park. The Blizzard player, a Blizzard player, comes back to help Caputo back to his feet. That was Atkins. And this free kick is from about 40 yards out. Kwame, the one player by the ball right now. A little short roll over to his left, and now getting in tight. And Atkins comes over with the steal. Up to Hermanson. To Morales. He drops that one off to Dubois. And Dubois fires a pass through the middle, but it's intercepted by DeGrado. So Joy turns around the field and crosses the mid-stripe. Kwame to Kantorowicz. Stutter and go. Now here's Caputo. And a sliding tackle attempt. Anderson didn't quite get to him, but maybe he tipped the ball away in such a manner. Tipped it ahead off of Caputo maybe. Leads Ehlers to get to it. And a quick transition up the pitch for the Blizzard, who lose possession, and the ball is back to Mosman. Mosman to Kantorowicz. Riera. And Kwame, he's got the ball on his feet a lot of times in that middle third. The green-clad feet. Pass to the outside, Mena. Hustling back on him as Amanga. Mena crosses it, looking on the backside for Luke. And that overshot everybody, and this, I would think, is a throw-in for the Blizzard. 64th minute.
Now in for Joy Athletic, number 6, David Riera.
David Riera is into the game for Joy Athletic. He wears number 6. So who went? Because there was already one Riera on the pitch. I don't know for sure who he came in for. So I'll watch for that. So a throw in here for Joy to the front. And then a follow-up try that Ehlers gets to. That was Luke, who lobbed it back in after the header knocked the ball, or the header knocked the ball outside the penalty area. And then Luke's blast was grabbed by Ehlers. Still a 5-2 deficit in the 65th minute of play here at Lakeville North High School. And this one, Mosman will head it. Still loose, and Hermanson punched out of there by Mosman. Kwame guided it forward. Steal attempt by the Blizzard. They do get possession of it. Looking for Weffel. Weffel to Hermanson. Hermanson is marked up by 2 guys. Gets it to the outside, then a shot goes high off of a Joy player, and DeGardo clears it out. It will belong to the Blizzard on the throw-in on the touchline, just off a little bit from their own bench. Carter Hermanson picking up his first goal of the season, throws that one in for Dubois. In tight quarters, the Blizzard work it around Kugler for a moment, then they lose it. Rush to the ball. Mena gets there first. And he goes on a pass to the left, dribbling top of the box. Wolf is there, and Cascone chops it away. Throw in for Joy Athletic. The Goats are up 5-2. Short throw in right back to the player who triggered it in. Now turned over to the Blizzard. Blizzard come back to Cascone, guiding it ahead for Amanga, but that pass is off. So a throw in here for the Goats. Cano. A little lob pass blindly over himself. Riera turned that ball over, but the Joy Athletic retrieves it again. And this one should belong to the Blizzard. A throw in for Blizzard FC. Josh Anderson. Nope, someone else will take this. Morales into Anderson, back to Morales. And rolls that back to Cascone. He finds Ehlers. Ehlers pressured a little bit by Creighton. Started forward quickly. Wolf on the far side. A one-time touch pass. Give and go back on that right wing. Throw in for the Blizzard. Quickly into play in the corner, Hermanson. Hermanson is sealed off of the ball as it enters the penalty area. And a throw in once again for the Blizzard. So Hermanson among those players in deep. Across the front, you've got Anderson on the left side of the box. The throw in to Morales in the penalty area is lobbed out. Headed by Wolf. Then Weffel keeps it in on goal, in fact, and Mosman grabs that out of the air, fires that ahead on a long throw to Mena. Omanga comes back on it to get possession back for the Blizzard. Down 5-2 and no way to get to that one in time as Anderson was trying to keep that in play. Throw in for the Goats. And is there a new player on? There is a new player on to the pitch. That looks to be, wait, I don't have an 8. So Caputo comes out. Number 8. This will be Keegan James. The new player on. 8 is Keegan James, by the way, next door there. Keegan James. It was kind of a late addition that the coach told me about, and I just found it on the app as well. So Keegan James, number 8, is the new player in the match for Joy Athletic. They lead 5-2. We're in the 70th minute. Only 20 more minutes for the Blizzard to find more offense. Joy Athletic is not taking their foot off the gas. Morales. Pickpocket move there. Just swiped it away. Kugler puts on the brakes. Back to Morales. And Ehlers says, I've got it. But Kwame gets in the way, so a turnover to Joy. And regained again by the Blizzard. Pass for Hermanson. Turns and goes. Splits through the defense. Hermanson has Anderson on the left. Ball knocked free. Amanga tried a little drop heel pass back to Hermanson. That didn't execute. Mena taking it the other way. A lot of action in this game, and obviously a lot of goals. 7 goals up on the board. 5-2 Joy Athletic. Amanga clears that one out. It'll be a throw-in for the Goats. Kwame plays a little catch back and forth with Victor Cano. Kantorowicz and Kwame now exchange passes. High percentage passes by the team up 5-2. Clock works in their favor. Big game at the Twin Stars on Saturday night. Twin Stars playing the Fusion today. Not to say the Twin Stars can't win that game, but the Twin Stars would be the underdog against the Fusion. So a lot should be riding on, no matter what the score or what the result, a lot will be riding on Saturday's game. We had a whistle and a foul against the Blizzard. This will lead to a free kick from, let's see, where have they determined? And they're going a yellow card here? Official going yellow? He's talking to the player, and yeah, I think that's a yellow card in his right hand. So yellow was issued. Is that a yellow, or is his whistle just bright yellow? I think his whistle is bright yellow. I thought that was a yellow card. I don't think there was a yellow card on that play. I think his whistle is just bright yellow, isn't it? Okay, that threw me for a loop. It would be a really small card. Yeah, no kidding. Now they're announcing it was a yellow card. All right, so apparently it was a yellow card. But he never put it back in his pocket. I don't get it. Here's a shot, and it goes just high. Creighton takes the shot. He's also the one that takes all the corner kicks, in addition to the penalty kick that he scored on. Penalty kick was the fourth goal, and then they have since added a fifth goal here in the second half. 5-2 lead. Blizzard coming through the middle of the field. Weffel, quick little pass to Hermanson. Now Joy Athletic with possession of the ball. 73rd minute. 17 minutes plus stoppage time. Hasn't been a lot of stoppage time in the second half, but there'll be a bit. There was only a minute and change. Luke is out, and Ramos Martinez is in. Check that here, 23-23. Ramos Martinez. And that was, shoot, I've got to fix that here. 8 is James. 8 is James. Got to get that in on my book. He had the ball on his feet. Kantorowicz. There's James. To the outside to Cano and Kwame. Turned over now to Anderson. Guides a pass to Hermanson. Hermanson give and go to Dubois, but no chance to return the ball. So the Blizzard will reset. Back to Cascone. Cascone chops it forward for Anderson. Anderson, well, chopped it off the body of Cano, and then he is tripped up by Cano. A foul against the Joy Athletic Club. And a free kick. Second of 3 straight home games to wrap up the regular season for the Blizzard. It all ends on Saturday night, their inaugural season with the Fusion. Hermanson from long range. Headed out and then headed further out by Cano. Morales. Over to Cascone. Back to Morales for a cross. And headed away from that area right in front by Joy Athletic. A little bit of running room. Pass, got away from the man. The Blizzard come up with the steal. And now working for possession of it. Amanga is open. Then he gets covered. Marked up by 2 players, lost the ball. To Mena. Mena finds an open man on the far wing. think that was Riera. Over on this side to Cano, and misfires on that. Turnover and the throw-in opportunity for the Blizzard. That one's knocked down, and Anderson will turn and just kick it back to his keeper, Ehlers. Goes through several players before Hermanson taps it to Dubois. Dubois, Cano knocks down that pass. That had a little oomph on it as well. Good job by Cano. Victor Cano knocking that down. DeGuardo returns it to Mosman, who goes to Kantorowicz and looks over his shoulder and sees nothing is really pressuring him at the moment. But now, well, there's a whistle against Morales and a foul. Foul called against the Blizzard. And a player for Joy Athletic. That's Kwame, who remains down. And they are calling to the sideline to have the trainer come on, or at least she's ready to come on. And now it's decided she's not needed. Clock runs during all of this time, and then at the end, the referee could put some, or will put some, stoppage time up. Tough thing about the handful of fans that have gone to sit in the far bleachers, the sun is now blasting them in their eyes. Handful of folks that just wanted to be by themselves, all by themselves in the far bleachers, most of the folks on the near side here. I think we had 70 degrees at game time. And even though it was cloudy for most of the day, the sun came out here at sunset time, although the field totally in shadow from what sun there is. And the lights are on at Lakeville North High School. 5-2 Joy Athletic leading over the Blizzard. It was 1-1 at one point, and then in 5 minutes, 3 goals. Actually, in 5 minutes, 2 quick goals by Joy to take the lead. Here's Keegan James with a chance, broken up by Wolf. Throw in for Joy Athletic. That one is into Riera. Back to Riera. Eric wears number 22, and David Riera wears number 6. So they are both on the pitch. Creighton headed the other way, and then a foul against the Goats. DeGrotto called on that on the collision. And the free kick awarded to the Minnesota Blizzard. Cascone for Weffel. Good job on the steal that time for Riera. And Riera gets around Cascone, comes in, shoots, knocked away. Loose ball right outside the penalty area. Now they're in the corner of the 18 box. Riera rolls it over on the left side. Now back to Riera. He'll go out to Cano. Joy can be patient. They've got the big lead with barely over 10 minutes to go. So take the time to look for the good shot. They already have more goals today than any other game this season. Out top, Creighton. Tackle play to knock it away. Little drop pass to Cano. Tried to thread that through a give and go, working on that. Kicked away from there by Morales. But Joy maintains possession. We're in about the final 10 minutes of the contest now. Mena attacks it, but the Blizzard get to it first for Amanga. Keeps it onside. He's on a solo run. Trailing on the play is Hermanson. And just too many of those kind of peach-colored jerseys. And a lost ball to Joy Athletic. Kantorowicz. Boy, not only are players marking up, but Cano and Amanga were practically in a wrestling match. arms around one another. Not enough to bring a whistle, but they were more than shadowing each other. Kugler clears it over to the far wing. Some pressure and a whistle. Be the foul against Joy Athletic. A couple of subs getting set to come in, one for each side. So Riara checks out and Kugler checks out. And new players are on. Salzwedel is in. And for the Blizzard, new on the field, I think that's Stark Hawes. Yeah, Kevin Stark Hawes is the new one on the field. Or is that, well, I got to double check that. Looks like Stark Hawes. Anderson in close. Cano. Look like a 28. It actually might be number. Yes, it is Stark Hawes. All right. He's gotten into a few games as Joy comes through into the offensive third now. Cross that one, and too many black shirts around. Up to Amanga. He rolls it back to Stark Hawes. And Amanga. Once again, Stark Hawes is the receiving end of that. Down to the final 7 minutes. 5-2, Joy St. Louis Park. 3-2 was the score first time between these two clubs. Ooh, a pass for Anderson intercepted by Mena. And then Mena runs into traffic, turns that over. Anderson got Amanga to his right. Here's an opportunity for Hermanson. Gets into the box. Hermanson shoots for the far post and couldn't get enough English on the ball. Good job by Mosman to limit his options as well. And this results in a goal kick for the Joy Athletic. '84th minute now. Oh, more subs are coming in. Anderson out for the Blizzard. And new on the field for Minnesota is number 15, Christopher Tiakolov. Tiakolov new on the pitch. And I believe a new player is in as well. Well, fellow number 15, who I believe is Moreno. Moreno, 15, Evan Moreno for Joy Athletic.
Evan Moreno checking out number 10.
Kwame is the one who checked out of the match.
Bennett Kwame.
Ehlers lobs that all the way out across the midfield line.
Number 15, Christopher Tiakolov.
Creighton.
Checking out number 12.
Creighton gets run up from behind by Tiakolov. Play continues. Clean play. Amanga flicks it forward. Now for Hermanson. Can't get around Moreno, but it is a throw-in for the Blizzard, who will be on fast forward. And Dubois was trying to maybe head it to Hermanson, curling behind him. Instead, it goes to the keeper, and Mosman works on clearing it out as we're down to the final 5 minutes of full time, plus any stoppage time at the end. Chef Neal's Healthy Meals, great health food options with delivery. Check them out on their website. Use the promo code SOCCER10 for a 10% discount on all orders. Chef Neal's Healthy Meals. Thanks to each and every one of the sponsors of Minnesota Blizzard FC Soccer. Inaugural season, the 11th game of the season. Final game will be on Saturday. Top 4 teams in the 7-team conference make the playoffs. Blizzard won't be part of that in their inaugural year. A rush by Hermanson. Getting back on it is very nicely. Defensively, it does result in a corner kick. But good hustle coming back by Kantorowicz. And this is the third corner. Each team has had 3 corners. Quick one by the Blizzard and intercepted and grabbed by the keeper Mosman before that could get through to the player in front of the goal. Amanga. Then, is that Stark Hawes or is that Kescone all the way deep in there? I think it was Kescone that was all the way down. And now the ball lobbed the other way, but we've got a whistle on the call behind the play. So this is a foul against Joy. And where are they putting the ball? The official standing about 23 yards out. So Stark Hawes is right there. Dubois is right there. One of those two probably to take this free kick. Moves it a foot or so over toward the center mark, toward the middle of the pitch. Wall being set up. The official tells them, the referee tells them how deep they need to be. And now the ball moved a little bit over to the left. It's Dubois lining up on it, but he also has Stark Hawes standing just to his right. Waiting for the whistle. There's the whistle. Stark Hawes fakes. Dubois with the shot through the wall wide left.
Goal kick, Joy Athletic.
Joy Athletic gets a goal kick down to the final 3 minutes of regular time, and then we'll see about stoppage time. 5-2, Joy Athletic. Mena tips it, and then it's knocked away by Morales. Big game at the Twin Stars coming up on Saturday for Joy Athletic. Wonder if I can find the scores for the other game on here as to how the Twin Stars are doing. Where are we at? Well, I can't navigate an app and watch the action at the same time, so we'll have to go without that. Final couple of minutes as Joy battling in the corner. Blizzard win that. Wolf rolls it into the corner ahead to Stark Hawes. He feeds it to the outside. And it's lost out by the Blizzard. Dubois couldn't keep it in. And a throw-in coming for Joy Athletic. James races toward the ball. Flicks it outside to Moreno and Cano. Some nifty footwork by Cano. Moreno, a sharp pass on the turf ahead to Creighton. Creighton hooks it around Cascone. Stark Hawes and the Blizzard come away with the ball. Omanga drops it back to the man behind him, Stark Hawes. Rolls out. Whose ball is it? And that was Cascone, excuse me. Cascone. We're in the 90th minute. Morales stripped away by Keegan James. Riera gets the ball over to Ramos Martinez. Hermanson, who has one of the goals for the Blizzard along with Frost, forces the issue. Caputo, 3 goals along with Kwame and Creighton on a penalty kick for the 5 goals in this one by Joy St. Louis Park. Chance for Mena, had to make a decision against the retreating Reed Wolf. And this is a goal kick for the Blizzard. The clock is going to hit 90 minutes in just a couple of moments, and then a matter of how much stoppage time is tacked on to the end of this. It was 1-1. It went 3-1, 3-2, then 4-2, and 5-2, which is our current count as well. 5-2, Joy St. Louis Park. Cano. He's doing some nice footwork over the ball, looking on the backside. Good marking there to prevent Sauls Waddell from getting a good opportunity in the penalty area. So we are into stoppage time now. It's a throw-in for the Blizzard. Now a battle for the loose ball. Comes out in front, dropping down on it. Dropping down on it with his back. And then Ehlers kind of comforts the player for Joy St. Louis Park, who's still down. Transition the other side. It's a 3-on-2 chance for the Blizzard. And rolls it across. A shot by Stark Hawes. Another one goes right into the hands of Mosman. The injured player for, I think it's Mena, was finally back on his feet now, kind of limping out toward the middle of the field after being comforted by Ehlers, who had denied him a scoring chance moments before. So quickly to the other end of the pitch, and this one is picked up by Ehlers. And he rolls it. This is intended for a manga. Runs underneath it. Gets control of it. Has Tiakolov behind him, unmarked. And then Morales has the ball stolen away. So here's a kind of a 3-on-2 rush the other way. Mena comes in. Mena, left-footed try, the save, then the clear out to the outside. And I believe that is it. So that is the end of things here from Lakeville North High School. The final score is 5-2 in favor of Joy St. Louis Park. Joy St. Louis Park with the win, 6 wins, 2 draws, and 3 defeats. And the Blizzard dropped to no wins, 2 draws, and 9 defeats on their 12-game season. The season will wrap up on Saturday, hosting the top team in the league, the Dakota Fusion. So your final score is Joy St. Louis Park. The Goats are heading home with a win, 5-2 over the Minnesota Blizzard. For Curtis on the camera, my name is Roy. And for those, for all with the Minnesota Blizzard and with Game Time Media as well, thank you very much for watching. Have a happy 4th of July celebration. And come join us on Saturday night when the Blizzard hosts the Dakota Fusion in the final game of their inaugural